Hey everyone, it's Rob Stanley with FeedbackWhiz, and a part of my 4-part series I've been doing on basically, getting tips and help when things are really slow. Today I got Tamara Tee on the video with me, and we're going to kind of cover some stuff about PPC and how important it is. So Tamara, we were talking a little bit earlier. Hi, thanks for being on. I appreciate it, actually.
Hi, Rob. How's it going?
So it's going good. Yeah, we're all kind of locked in right now, so I wanted to get Tamara on and talk a little bit about, some PPC and maybe people that have thought about doing PPC. Maybe this is the right time, right?
Yes. So as you guys all already know, I'm sure you are already aware that you cannot create a new shipment plan to Amazon until April 5th. However, for anybody who has their product right now in Amazon, you still can launch your product using PPC.
Nice. And so it sounds like, what's some advice to people that maybe they haven't done PPC yet? What kind of tips can you give them? Like, should they start out with like automating it and just kind of letting it do its thing, or should they take control of it? Maybe help them out a little.
Sure. So for all of the people that I mentor, I always tell them day one, your product arrives in the Amazon FBA warehouse, you must turn on your automatic PPC. You must turn on automatic PPC because we still should operate as per usual. So what that means is you still need to collect organic keywords from your customers. You still need to know which keywords convert the best for your product, because these keywords take time to collect, right? If you run an automatic PPC campaign, you can expect to run it for a few weeks before you are even able to build a manual campaign. So if you start your automatic PPC campaign, say today, by the time you are able to create a new shipment, you should be running your manual campaign after you gather enough keyword data from your automatic campaign. So I kind of think of this whole like image on Amazon sellers, right?
Nice. No, that's good information and definitely helpful. Yeah. The thing I was thinking too is they probably could be using some of that PPC to maybe even tweak their title a little bit, right? Like if you find that maybe certain keywords are doing better than others, maybe you can adjust your title to have that keyword in it. And I don't have a specific example like right off the top of my head, but I'm just thinking that maybe you could even use that to adjust your title, or maybe the description could have some of those keywords in it. Does that usually help also?
Yeah, of course. So when you run PPC, especially an automatic PPC campaign, I really suggest a full day budget, because the full day budget really helps you gather enough keyword data to really get you going to create a manual PPC campaign. So if you keep seeing a lot of the same keywords pop up in your automatic PPC advertising report, it automatically means that, well, if you are making sales, it means that people are interested in buying your product based on that specific keyword. And if you get enough sales through that keyword, you may want to start including it in your product listing, maybe the bullet points or the title, wherever it carries weight.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then, so we are kind of talking about, different things that people can do. And I was asking you, what questions people are asking you right now online to kind of what should they be working on. So besides the PPC, what other things are you kind of getting asked that, hey, Tamara, what should I be working on to kind of, get prep for hopefully a few months from now when things are back to normal?
Yes. So for anybody who has a product right now that's not really an essential, because everybody is on, pretty much the lockdown, a lot of people are shopping for grocery or household products or health products, right? And what I've been hearing from some people who are selling travel products, because nobody is traveling right now, you may be seeing a decrease in sales. Now, do not panic. I always tell people, do not panic, because this is just temporary, like I don't see the virus lasting for, the next few years. So it's important to remind ourselves, if you do have a product that is a travel product or an outdoor product, nobody's going outdoors right now, the best thing you can do for your PPC campaigns is actually to lower all of the pain. Because obviously you still want to push too much money into your campaigns right now, just because the products will likely not sell that well right now.
Yeah, so that's some great information. This one's kind of off subject because you and I always are talking about Amazon all the time, but I've actually talked to a few sellers and I've heard some of them are, if they haven't already, they're actually starting to sell on eBay too. Not that we are here to push necessarily eBay,
Yes.
but a lot of people have been open up eBay accounts, been putting products on there. Obviously, you and I have come from worlds of selling on eBay, and I know that, we've recommended in the past people going around their house and selling items on eBay. But have you heard that too? Like just getting another platform where they could try to make some more money?
Well, I think what is happening right now with Amazon restricting creating new shipment plans, you can actually still sell your product through FBM. So that is fulfillment by merchant, meaning if you have your product in your garage or at a different warehouse or, listed on eBay or wherever where you are fulfilling it yourself, you can still send out those products to your own customers. So I think having your product on eBay is a really good kind of like second platform to make sales. For Amazon sellers, in my personal opinion, it really depends what you are selling because a lot of Chinese sellers do sell on eBay as well. Surprise, surprise. And if they have your product at a lower price, sometimes customers may buy from them. It's no different than Amazon. However, if you do have like a really unique product, and this is why differentiating your product is so important on Amazon, I'm sure you guys already know, I think it's a really good way to make kind of like additional income on eBay. And just so you guys know, when things go back to normal, Amazon can actually fulfill those orders for you, even if your product is listed on eBay. So that's the whole beauty of it.
Yeah, that's great information. And then, of course, let's also talk about it for those out there that are basically looking to get into the Amazon world. You're mentioning something about you have a free webinar. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and what's in that free webinar that you give?
Sure. So first thing I want to tell people is I honestly think right now is the time. I mean, I always thought it was the time because I've been doing e-commerce now I've been doing e-commerce for many years, but I started doing Amazon FBA for 3 years now. And I have never found a better business model that works so well. And since everybody is at home right now, a lot of people are wishing that they had an online business because people are getting laid off. Some people are losing their jobs. People are getting cut back in hours. And there is no better time to start selling your own products online. I mean, I think it's nice to have like an additional stream of income, right? Yeah. So for anybody who is new that is watching me right now, I have a free webinar that will walk you through everything that you need to know. I will answer the most common questions that you have about starting your very own Amazon FBA business. And it's about just over an hour long, so it's not too long, but make sure you watch that and you watch the entire training. I promise at the very end, you will get much more clarity on how this business kind of works because there's a lot to learn, right, Rob? I mean, there is just so much information. But
you got to start somewhere, right? I mean, you got to start somewhere. And so let them know how did they get a hold of you or get a hold of this video or sign up for, or a webinar, to sign up for it.
Yeah, sure. So we will link the webinar below in the YouTube description. You guys can also check out my Amazon FBA Winners Facebook group. I'm always hanging out in there. And we have a ton of people just talking about Amazon FBA. Some people are beginners. People are experienced sellers. I have some people that are actually absolutely killing it right now on Amazon because they're selling a home healthcare product.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So what we're getting at basically with this whole series is there's things you could be doing. There's time to start right now when people are home. And if you're being laid off, now's the time to start. I mean, you do it now because there is kind of a ramp up period, a training period, so to speak, where you're learning the process, you're looking for products, that type of thing. So that's what we're basically getting at. So again, Tamara Tee, FBA Winners, look her up. And again, we'll definitely post a link to the webinar in the description below. And Tamara, thanks for being on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope everybody checks out my webinar and don't be shy. Say hello.